Hey, Dr. Shakib here from Irvine Spine and Wellness Center, your Irvine chiropractor. I'm here with Coach John talking about runners, some of the issues runners have, and in this video we'll be talking about how to choose the right shoes, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Let's talk about the shoes. What are some of the things people should pay attention to? I'm sure the runners who are watching this video think they already figured it out, and I've got news for you. It doesn't hurt to hear it again. Maybe there's some things that you're not doing which will add value to your running. So what are some of the things that you think people who run should consider when it comes to purchasing the right shoes? And also, how often should they change their shoes?
So I think before we jump into finding the right shoes and buying the right pair, I want to first add in the idea of getting out of your shoes. I feel like a lot of people, when we're running in shoes and we have those thick cushions that we like so much that feel so good on our feet, we kind of lose connection with our feet to the ground, and we lose the ability to move our feet the way they're meant to be moved. And I'm not saying just go throw your shoes away and go on a run. No, because that might not be beneficial for you right out the gate. But taking your shoes off and walking without shoes to begin, just walking around your house, that's probably might be the first start for most people. Maybe going on walks on the beach to strengthen your feet just a little more, and then progressing to maybe a jog on the beach with no shoes or on grass. Those are places I think I'd start, because I mean myself included, I'm wearing shoes all the time instead of maybe when I go to bed, and so we kind of lose that connection and that feeling with ourselves in the ground, and it can cause problems later on down the line.
I want to kind of add to this because my practice is based on brain-based neurology and posture, basically posture and movement. So this is definitely the case neurologically speaking, because the bottom of your feet provides so much sensory information to your brain, as well as motor information. So you want to make sure that you're making that connection. The less you make that available to the brain, the less it's going to rely on it, which means not getting full information about where you are in space at any given moment, what's the situation. So you want to make sure you provide as much information to your brain without thinking about providing it. So go barefoot. The other thing that I'm noticing with people is there's a lot of, in our practice, we do scanning of the feet just to see what the weight distribution is, which is, for my practice, I use it primarily across the board as a first line of assessment. So then when we go with the postural and brain-based neurology exercises, we can see where the patient was and how they're balancing themselves on the feet. So that's the purpose. But one thing I'm definitely noticing is almost no one is doing the weight distribution correctly. So the question is, what is the weight distribution? Believe it or not, it's actually about, so if you've got your feet, these are the toes and this is the heel, the second toe straight to the middle portion of your heel, that's a good place for the longitudinal aspect of the feet. Now, when it comes to the bottom of the feet, if you look at the bottom of your feet here, it's right at the base of the toes on the across, and then two spots over at the heel or calcaneus. So the toe where it gets connected to the ball, and two spots in the middle portion of the heel. So that's the cross point of pressure. And longitudinally, you want to make sure that if you were to draw an imaginary line between your second toe to the heel, you're pretty much supporting yourself there. So practice that before you're walking and make sure you're kind of paying attention to it, and then you start adding more activity to it, and you'll be amazed at how much muscle you end up building, which will help you actually with a lot of plantar fasciitis, which is pretty common with runners. So do you think that shoes should be changed every 6 months, every 3 months, or is it more mile based?
So
Hint, hint.
So I think you might be a little more suited to answering this than I would be, because like I said, I work primarily with short distance, high power output sprinters. And I feel like, I mean, it's just a guess here, but what they wear might be a little different from someone who wants to put more miles on and start going for a little bit longer distances, what they might wear. Speaking to the sprinters, if you look at an Olympic sprinter, like a track and field sprinter, they're not wearing like trainers when they sprint. They're wearing stuff that's lighter, so they can be a little quicker on their feet. So shoes that, I don't think you're gonna need spikes if you're going on like to sprint recreationally, but if you find shoes that kind of emulate that without having to pay for, like I said, spikes, that might give you an advantage. But I think you might be a little more better suited answering
Well, thank
for
you.
the longer distance shoes.
My view on the shoes is that you want to look at your shoes every month. You want to look at the bottom of your shoes. So forget about the miles or the frequency of like how many months it's been since you last purchased it. You want to look at the wear and tear at the bottom of your shoes. Are they equal? Are they not? Is one side wearing more than the others? Just like for my bikers, my cyclists, I recommend getting their bikes fitted for their skeletal system. I suggest the same thing for my runners. I think it's a great idea to get your feet scanned. In my office, I do it for my patients at no charge to them. So I'm sure, I mean, you're more than welcome to come. If you come and you say you're from YouTube video channel, I will do it. I'll just have my staff do it. It's not a big deal. It's just a scan. So we can at least see where you stand. But the point here is you want to see what your weight distribution is. Therefore, your purchasing of your shoes depends on how posturally balanced you are. Typically, I am not a big fan of thicker heels because that kind of puts you at an elevation. And if you're one of those people that strikes the ground with the heel more than you need to, you're going to wear that cushion quite a bit. My recommendation in those cases, believe it or not, are orthotics. Now that's a whole different subject because I'm a huge fan of orthotics as a support while you're making the correction. That's not a solution. And I'm a huge, I'm against those orthotics that are too rigid because it stops you from going through the natural movement of the feet, which is not rigid as you're running. So that's my input when it comes to shoes. A lot of times shoes come with orthotics. Who says that that's the right type of orthotics for your feet? If it just comes with the shoes, who knows how that is? Many times shoe companies actually do assessment of the feet and give some type of inserts. I really don't have any opinion about that. I think the price is right, but I really haven't seen runners with issues that have those with them working. So to me, from my perspective, if they were working, I wouldn't be seeing people in my office with issues. Yeah. So through the process of elimination, I have to say I really can't say much about that. I think I really didn't answer the question because I hate those questions where the answer is it depends.
Yeah, I mean, but that's most like with athletics and fitness. A lot of the time it's gonna be it depends.
It depends. Yeah. Anyway, is there anything else that you want to add to the shoe department of runners?
I think you hit it on the head.
All right, so thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact us. Well, all the information will be in the description box. And talk to you soon. Take care.